Aloha, I'm Jordan Sonner, your Hawaii Realtor, and today we are going to talk about things you should not do when you sell your home. First things first, never underestimate the cost of selling your home. Now, you might think that it's just the sales price minus the realtor commission minus your mortgage balance, and then you're done. There are more costs than that. You have your escrow fees, which, depending on what the situation is, can be high. You also have taxes to worry about, capital gains taxes especially. And if you are not a Hawaii resident and you're selling a home, you have to worry about the HARPTA taxes, which currently are at 7.5%. And if you are a foreign investor that is not a U.S. citizen, you have your FIRPTA taxes, which is 15%. So all of these things need to be taken into consideration before selling your home, because you don't want to be surprised with all these things or underestimate them, and then you're looking at a bottom line that you're not happy with at closing and you're stuck. The second thing that you don't want to do is set an unrealistic price. If you say, well, I want to sell my home for this because it sounds like a great magical number, or that's exactly what you need to pay off this mortgage plus the mortgage for your other home, or whatever your situation is, but it's not a realistic number, what you're going to do is you're going to effectively allow your home to sit stale on the market. It's going to accrue days on the market, and it's going to be a listing that is looked over, not shown. And then when you finally do get some interest, if you finally drop the price, people are going to lowball you because they've seen the home on the market for 6 months, a year, however long it takes you to drop that price. So if you start with an unrealistic price, you're going to end up making less than you would if you had started at the correct price. The third thing, and this is what happens after we get it listed and after we have multiple offers, do not only consider the highest dollar amount offer. The main other factors that you want to consider is what type of funds are being used. Is it a loan? What type of loan? Are they paying cash? Are there any contingencies on the money that they're using, whether it's for the down payment or for the whole purchase price? Like, do they have to sell their home somewhere on the mainland, or do they have to pull out from their 401k? What is their situation? You should also heavily consider the timeline. How many days do they need or want for closing, as well as some of the little things that can add up to higher closing costs in the end, such as paying for the termite inspection and paying for the survey. If it's a VA loan, you're also going to have to pay for the water test, things like that. Number 4, this is when you're getting your home ready for the market. Do not skip over needed repairs to make pretty renovations so that your home will show better on the market. So what I'm talking about is, say, you live down here in HPP, you have a great house, it's beautiful, your kitchen's a little bit dated, but your water catchment tank is about to fall apart. If you only have the budget to do one and you do that kitchen renovation, you spend 10 grand on it, you've increased your listing price by about 10 grand, but when it comes to inspections and when it comes to financing, chances are you're going to lose that again when the issues with the water catchment tank comes up, or whatever the exact situation for your house may be. Say it's unsafe electrical, leaking roof, damaged Canex ceilings if you're in an older home, things like that. Don't go for the pretty eye-catching renovations instead of doing the repairs that are needed. Number 5, don't think that it's not important to prepare your home to show well on the market. No matter how quickly the market is moving, homes that are clean and decluttered and presentable with their yards done nicely and everything in its place show much better than homes that don't. And they end up selling for more. If you have a clean, presentable space that somebody can imagine themselves living in, the chances are they're going to want it and they're going to pay whatever they have to get it. Number 6 happens at the very beginning. You don't want to choose the wrong way to sell or choose the wrong agent to help you. So when I say choosing the wrong way to sell, I mean going with a traditional broker versus like a flat list broker versus for sale by owner. Those are kind of like the three main methods of selling out here, because we don't really get the Zillow instant offers and stuff like that. If you are a busy person and or you have no experience in real estate, the for sale by owner option probably is not the best way to go. The limited service listings, they're kind of a hybrid of the two, because they go in the MLS by a realtor that you hire to do so, but essentially you're only paying them to put it in the MLS. They are not your realtor. They're not going to negotiate for you. So it's kind of like for sale by owner plus. And then there's, of course, the standard listing, which, I advocate for, which is having a full service realtor sell your home. The most important factor with this, though, is making sure that you hire the right agent. So I made a video a few weeks ago. I will post the link in the comments about questions that you should ask your realtor before hiring them. You should sit down with whoever your other decision makers are, your partner, significant other, the dog, and decide what factors are most important to you with an agent. Do you want somebody who is aggressive? Do you want somebody who's a fantastic communicator? Do you only want to talk to people that have been in the business for 5 years or more? Just whatever your list is, I guarantee there's an agent out there that will fit the bid. But you need to understand what you want before you can find that person. And the last one, number 7, is don't limit your showings too much. I understand that it can be a pain in the butt and it's kind of arduous to have people showing at all times and get short notice sometimes, and then you got to pack up the dogs and make sure the kids are at somebody else's house, or they're still at school, or whatever the situation is. There are reasonable limitations for showings, but if you say, I only want to show my house Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from noon to 3 p.m., it's going to be difficult to sell it, even in this market. People are very busy, buyers are busy, and we live in a second home in a vacation rental market where people might only be in town for a few days, or they are flying over from Oahu or from Maui for the day to look at stuff. And if you make it too difficult to go see your house, unless you have the most unique house on the island that they won't be able to find anywhere else, they're just going to skip it and they're just going to go look at something else. So that's what I have for you today on things you should not do when selling your home. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're thinking about selling, send me a message. I'd be happy to go through all of this in detail with you and help you make the best decision. Aloha.